a good one on tap. It's the New England Patriots and our home team.
Harrison Davis to kick off.
So glad to have you with us. Mike Tirico next to Greg Olsen here in the booth. Off we go on EA Sports. This returnable from the 4. He'll work his way across the 25-yard line.
First and 10 at their own 26-yard line.
Ready, set. Now the former Buckeye, it's Travion Henderson.
32,
In a nice game there on first down. He takes it forward for 8 yards.
It's a gain of 8. Brings up second and 2.
From the 34-yard line, here's second and a couple. Now off the bootleg, he'll look to throw here. Along the sideline, a nice catch with your feet in. It's a short game, but it'll move the chain. A first down.
The best guys I've been around, like they have a sense where they can see the ball, but they can feel the sideline. And that's kind of an innate sense that these guys have that allows them to concentrate and secure the catch and ensuring that both feet remain in bounds.
He'll be out of bounds. That's a decent pickup of 5 on first down.
Number 7.
Certainly not the biggest play of the day, but a good example of picking up positive yardage, staying ahead of the chains by a well-timed ball and a well-timed route.
Off play action. He'll set up to throw. Quick throw, taken in. And they'll have it. Across midfield, down at the opposing 46-yard line. It's a gain of 12 there. First down, New England.
And a Patriot first down.
They run straight ahead with Henderson. A gain of 4 as he's taken down.
He's brought down at the 42-yard line. A gain of 4. It's now
From the
second and
42-yard line, here's second down and 6. On the give, it's Jones. He brings it to the red zone, taken down inside the 20-yard line. 25 yards, the pickup there. It's good for a Patriots first down.
Big hole up the middle. The interior of this offensive line did a great job clearing some space. The back saw it quick, and he hit it. Next thing you know, he was in the secondary for a big pickup.
Here we go, set. Ready. Now, this looks like a design run. And they'll take this down to about the 15.
They went to the design quarterback run, and there just wasn't a lot of space for the quarterback to operate. You can see him kind of waiting for some of the blocks to develop. Never transpired. Didn't get a whole lot going. Short game.
That's to the end zone, but it is incomplete.
Well, he didn't connect for the touchdown. What I really liked, Mike, was that he kept his eyes downfield as he left the pocket. Once he saw something that he did like, he ripped it without hesitation. They just got to find a way to get on the same page in these scramble drill moments.
On third down, they'll set up to throw. That is caught. What a job on the scramble. Touchdown, New England. That his second TD catch of the season. A terrific way to start this one. Not only a touchdown, but a nice long march down the field. Makes it a long walk back to the bench for the defense.
Mike, that's about as good as you can imagine starting a game offensively. To be able to sustain that many plays and be able to cap it off with a touchdown, that is a dream start for this offense.
The extra point is good. And the Pats will take a 7-0 lead.
Tigers nothing.
The kickoff team is out on the field. And we're back to it as the kick's away. This one taken at the 7. He'll get this past the 20 before he's brought down shy of the 25-yard line.
Their own 24-yard line.
So here's a 1st and 10 now. They'll start from the 24. Here's a first carry for their running back. And he'll move this forward out to the 29-yard line. Will Johnson up for the stop.
4 yards on the pickup. 2nd and 6 at the 29-yard line.
It is 2nd and 6. He'll drop to throw. Gets it away quickly, and it's caught. And it'll be a short pickup. That's not enough for the 1st down.
So you come back out here after watching the opposing team score first, and what you want to do is you got to establish a little early rhythm and get the drive started. Get a little positive energy into that huddle, and what hopefully starts out good ends with you being able to get some points of your own.
They'll look to pick this up 3rd and a yard. Now they'll set up to throw. And that is incomplete.
Remember what they told us, Mike, leading up to this game. They said it is so critical for us to find success, especially on 3rd down. We want to maintain possession, extend these drives. Well, the first crack comes up and they fail through the air, and we're going to have to regroup and be able to have better success throughout the remainder of this game.
They will indeed go as they look to throw. That is incomplete. Oh, they elected to throw on 4th and short. It does not work out. They turn it over on down.
It's always a gamble anytime you go for 4th down on your side of the field, but they clearly thought they had a play that they liked, but the defense came up huge, and now their offense is going to have a chance to capitalize and take advantage of this short field.
On the tackle. A 6-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 4 at the 27-yard line.
Ball on the 27. Here's 2nd and 4.
Let's go.
Once more, it's Henderson. And he'll get back to the line of scrimmage at best. Might have even lost a yard there.
And after that negative run, I think this changes the play call now on 3rd down. So this offensive line has to be a lot better on 1st and 2nd down to gain positive yards. Stay on track, because you don't want to be in 3rd and pass too often in today's NFL.
3rd and 5.
60 backs. Ready? Cougar 19.
Back to throw. That's going to be incomplete. And they'll leave just enough time for one final play in this opening quarter.
I think he predetermined that 3rd down throw, and even though the coverage was tight, he still tried to fit the ball in there anyway, and it ended up falling incomplete. I think if he goes through his progressions and he has a little bit more trust in his protection, I think there's an easier throw to make out there.
A shotgun snap. He'll look to throw. And he's going to be brought down on what will be the final play in this opening quarter. Time for the 2nd quarter. Patriots with the football as they go to work on 1st and goal. Off the play fake. He'll look to throw. Moving outside the pocket. That one, oh, it's on target, but it goes as an incompletion. Looked like he had that one in his grasp, but unable to hold on, and it will be 2nd down.
I can tell you from experience, Mike, that is going to be on his mind the rest of the week. It's one thing to drop a ball. That's going to happen every now and then. But when you do it, it takes away a touchdown. Man, that stings. So,
and he will take it in himself. Touchdown, Patriots. 2 touchdowns for him now on the afternoon. The dual threat of the quarterback. When you have one that can run, why not use him, especially down here, Greg? And they punch it in for the touchdown.
There's nothing a quarterback loves more, Mike, than down here near the goal line when he can call his own number. And in this case, that's exactly what he does, and he's able to take it in himself.
Patriots 14, Tigers nothing.
Both teams ready to go once more as the kick's away. From the 6, here comes a return. And he will get cut down short, shy of the 20-yard line.
First and 10 at their own 18-yard line.
They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. They'll look to set up the screen here. And they'll get about half of what they needed. It's a pickup of 5. It sets up 2nd and 5.
You see so many teams wait till 3rd down to execute their screen game, but I like in this case the play caller changes things up. He uses the screen game on 1st down, which will have an effect on this pass rush going forward. How aggressive do they want to get after the quarterback? Because they got that screen play still in the back of their head. I think he knew in the back of his head, Mike, he had to get rid of this ball a little sooner than he would have liked. And with that pressure getting there in a hurry, just ends up being a wasted down.
Blitz coming. He'll throw it. Good throw. Out wide. It's caught. And he'll try to get to the marker, but he's going to wind up a yard or 2 short.
It's 4th down.
They do indeed snap as they'll try and throw. That is incomplete. Oh, they elected to throw on 4th and short. It does not work out. They turn it over on down. On the bootleg, he'll look to throw. Off he goes.
Initially, they do a really nice job taking away his 1st and 2nd read, but what they fail to do is account for him as a runner. He ends up making something positive out of a play that initially didn't look like it had much of a chance.
They'll run. It's Henderson. And they continue to be tough to stop. Chance to extend the lead even further as they are set up with 1st and goal.
And these are the explosive runs that open everything up. There's all this conversation about the value of the run game, but when you take a look at the best running teams, Mike, it's not necessarily how many yards they run for, it's how many big plays do they generate on the ground. And when you can generate big plays on the ground, it makes everything so much more difficult for the team.
Brings up 2nd and goal.
Ball right on the 5-yard line, 2nd down and goal. Now this time they'll look to throw. Flushed to his left. A look to the end zone and it's broken up. Incomplete. There was no space, no separation that time. That's going to bring it to 3rd and goal.
That was a perfectly timed hit, and I think it actually saved 6 points, Mike. He got there just as the ball did, and I think it was the contact that separated him from the ball.
6, 7, 7, let's go.
Throwing here on 3rd and goal. Back to the end zone. He's got it. Touchdown, New England.
Touchdown, New
His
England.
2nd touchdown of this 1st half. And that is number 2. Greg, he is off to some kind of start in this one. 2 quarters and 2 receiving touchdowns.
Mike, this is one of those situations where as a defensive coordinator, you've got to give your group an answer. Because right now, they don't have one for this guy.
The kickoff team is out on the field, and we're back to it as the kick's away. He fields it at the 8. And he's down at the 23, and that's where the offense will take over.
At their own 23-yard line.
They'll begin here on the ground. A modest gain, maybe 2 yards. It's second down.
25-yard line. 2 yards on the pickup. It's second and
Back to the ground. He'll get it again. And he'll be taken down as we tick down to the 2-minute warning.
a 2-yard pickup.
2 minutes remain here in this first half. Greg and I will be right back after this. Third and 6. They'll look to throw. Open man, left side. He's got it. They get 16 on that connection, and that will be a first down.
First and 10 at the 42-yard line.
A handoff as they try to run it here. And that one shut down pretty quickly. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage. Nothing more.
43-yard line.
So this team finds themselves now in a little bit of a tricky situation here, Mike. If they don't find a way to start sustaining some of these drives and come away with points, all of a sudden you're trailing by double digits in the second half. You become very one-dimensional. You become very pass-heavy, and
That'll be intercepted. Picked off by Will Johnson. And the Patriots are going to get the football at their own 40.
First and 10.
so not a lot of yards on the return, Mike, but that's okay. The number one thing, end up with the ball in your hands. And in this case, mission accomplished, and his guys are headed off the field to celebrate.
They'll come up first and 10 at the 40. They'll begin it on the ground with Henderson. And he'll work forward for about 3. It's second down.
At the 44-yard line. A gain of 4. It's now second and 6.
Now this is going to be a design run. They let him keep it inside the 20. And he will take this into the end zone. What a run. Touchdown, Patriots. We talk about a quarterback who can hurt you both ways. That is the one way defenses just can't stop him. All that speed, taking it the distance.
You're exactly right, Mike. This is just one of the elements of the quarterback position that is just so hard for defenses to account for. When they get themselves in space, they in essence turn into a running back. And once they get out in front, there's no catching them.
Still a little time. Final minute of this first half. We'll see if they can do anything with this kickoff that is coming their way. Now return coming from the 7. And it'll be brought down past the 25. Decent field position to start this drive.
At their own 26-yard line.
He'll get about 6 there, setting up second down.
He's taken down at the 33-yard line. A 7-yard pickup brings up second and 3.
They'll stick with him again. And it doesn't appear that he got to that first down marker. They'll only give him a yard, so it'll set up third down.
Brings up third and 1.
He'll look to throw. This one is taken in downfield. Big completion. And he will go all the way. Touchdown, Tiger. That's the 5th touchdown for him on the year. Davis, good on the extra point. And his guys are able to edge a bit closer.
Tigers 7. Harrison Davis to kick off.
They didn't leave much time on the clock to put together a drive here at the end of the first half. And the kickoff's coming their way. Here comes a return from the 3. And he'll be brought down just beyond the 25-yard line.
At their own 26-yard line.
Here's a designed run. And he'll force his way forward, maybe a yard. Second down coming in. Now the Patriots going to use their first timeout as they stop it with 13 seconds to play in this opening half. It is 2nd and 9. Now this time he'll set up to throw. This one is complete along the sideline. A very nice job to fit that ball in. It'll be a modest kick.
Defensive coordinators preach all the time, play pass defense with vision. It's exactly the case here. They're able to rally to the ball, keep that to a short game.
Rolling to the left. That's going to wind up incomplete. Not much time remaining. Time for one more snap here in this first half.
And barring an aggressive decision here on 4th down, it just seemed like a really wasted possession to go 3 and out. Not able to pick up a single first down. Not only do you not able to gain any field position advantage, it really takes a lot of the wind out of your sails as you find yourself jogging off the field and the punt team coming on.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5. This ain't what you want. Project, this ain't what you want. This ain't what you want.
Very one-sided first half of action. Will we get a turnaround? Let's find out. The third quarter is underway. Safe kick taken at the 5. Across the 20, they'll mark him down before the 25-yard line. That's where the offense will take over. Back to throw here to begin the drive. And he can't hang on through the contact. Incomplete. Good job defensively to meet him just as the ball was arriving. It'll bring up 2nd down.
He's usually such a reliable target in the passing game, Mike. We just don't see him struggle to come down with catches like that all too often. And when you're one of the go-to guys on your team, I know the hit's coming, but guess what? It feels a lot better after you take that hit after a catch than it does after a drop. It's pretty clear the main reason why they find themselves trailing in this game, Mike, has really just been the inefficiency of this offense and primarily out of the quarterback position. I mean, to complete less than half of your pass attempts, it just makes it very hard to compete at a high level.
That's over the middle and intercepted. And his offense is going to be all set up with a short field and a chance to extend their lead.
Well, Mike, I think it's pretty clear what the message was by this head coach at halftime. He said, listen, guys, we're behind. We're trailing. We're going to come out early in this second half and be aggressive from the get-go and cut into this deficit. But oftentimes, reckless decision-making, over-aggressive play calling leads to turnovers. Now, this defense finds themselves heading back out onto the field a little earlier than expected, but they need to hold serve and keep the score right where it is.
He's taken down just shy of the 10. He had 2 touchdowns earlier. Looking to see what he can do here in this second half. That grab gets them a first down. That is caught.
These are the worst. I had a couple years, Mike, where I swear I got tackled inside the 1-yard line 10 times. And then you look back and you're like, man, how many touchdowns did I leave on the board because I couldn't get one more yard? Now, for him individually, not ideal, but right now they're on the doorstep of the end zone, and they got...
And he's got another one. Touchdown, New England. And and make that 3 rushing touchdowns. You think a quarterback gets a 3-touchdown day, it's pretty good. 3 on the ground? That, Greg, is excellent.
It's just so hard, Mike, for a defense to account for a quarterback that can do this amount of damage with his legs. And there's a fine line, but I'll tell you what, when they unleash him as a runner, he's about as good as it gets.
Tigers 7.
Both teams ready to go once more as the kick's away. This is going to be taken in at the 3. He'll come across the 20 and taken down at the 21-yard line.
At their own 21-yard line.
Right away, they'll set up to throw. That one incomplete. The defender right there to make the fight. It's second down.
They nearly connected on the big play downfield, but he's not quite able to hold on to that ball through the contact. You can chalk that one up as a win defensively.
Try again. It's 2nd and 10. Going back in the backfield. He'll get the carry here. Once again, this defense up to the task. They stop it for no gain yet again. And now it's 3rd down. Now, faking the give, going for it all. Oh, he's got a defender right with him, and it's an interception. Picked off by Will Johnson. And his offense is going to be all set up with a short field and a chance to extend their lead.
You know, Mike, anytime a team can go nickel or dime and come off the field with an interception, I just am constantly reminded the importance of defensive back depth when you're building an NFL roster. I mean, think back. This is not the old NFL base 3-4, base 4-3. Offenses are going to roll out 2, 3, 4 high-level wide receivers at you in this pass-first modern era. If you can't roll out 5 DBs and all of them hold their own and be trusted to hold up, you're going to struggle defending these pass-first modern offenses.
First down. A gain of 11 on the play. And a Patriot first down.
And off, and it's Henderson. Not much to speak of on that one. Maybe a gain of a yard. It's 2nd down.
He does a nice job coming from his safety position, filling his run gap assignment. Keeps this to a modest gain at best.
From the 21, here's 2nd down and 9. They'll throw out of the gun. That is caught at the 3. And they continue to be tough to stop. Chance to extend the lead even further as they are set up with 1st and goal. Now the Patriots going to use their first timeout, and they'll have a chance to talk things over after picking up that 1st down.
Ready.
Now this looks like a design run. Trying to find a crease in that mass of humanity, but he is going to come up short.
You could see the quarterback once he got the snap. He was looking for any seam, any daylight, but nothing materialized, and he's fortunate he got back to the line of scrimmage.
Ready.
Now this is going to be a design run. They let him keep it, and he will score again. Touchdown, Patriots.
Make no mistake about it, he may get the glory, but that does not happen without unbelievable blocking up front. So let's give the big guys all the credit in the world. He's able to displace the defense right there at the point of attack, and that's about as easy a goal line touchdown as you're going to see all year.
The kickoff team is out on the field, and we're back to it as the kick's away. This one taken at the 7. Oh, he's got room past the 30. Oh, very good field position to start as the return is past the 40. And we'll get a whistle, stop it, an injured Patriot. The training staff going to look, and we'll step out for a moment. Out of the gun, he'll throw. Oh, fine work there defensively, got that hand in there. That pass is incomplete.
It's his ability to change direction. He's able to go from his back middle to then driving that route fast enough that he gets to the ball immediately as it arrives, and he's able to knock it down.
2nd and 10. Here comes the blitz as he looks to throw. That one's incomplete. Good coverage there. Being uncomfortable with the receiver. Couldn't hang with it, and it brings up 3rd down. Throwing now from the gun. Oh, he finds Oliver open downfield. And he will score. Touchdown, Memphis. And hold on to that football, young man. That's a keeper. His first NFL touchdown. Mevis, good on the extra point. And his guys cut into the lead a little bit. Maybe they're starting to count how many possessions do I have left. They're going to try to get another one with an onside kick here.
It's a risky call here, but I understand what they're thinking. You find yourself down in the 3rd quarter. How do we steal some possessions? How do we get the ball back to our offense to cut to this deficit? And now in return, it's your defense that now has the tough task.
Here we go.
Henderson now on 1st and 10. Ooh, well, now you see him, now you don't. Good quick move there, and a gain of 6. So, from 37, here's 2nd down and 3.
Come on. Ready.
On play action, he'll set up to throw. He's going to run it.
You have to admire when quarterbacks are willing to put their head down and fight for some extra yardage, Mike. But sometimes, the juice ain't worth the squeeze. Get down, protect yourself, live to play another snap.
It's going to be 3rd. They need 1. He'll try to run for it with Henderson. A pickup there of 13. 1st down, New England.
And that's a heck of a run there on 3rd and 1. So often these backs, they're just thinking, all right, just get 1 yard, pick up the 1st down. But not this guy. He's thinking, I know where the marker is, but I'm going to pick up as many yards after that as I can. That's exactly what he does. Fresh set of downs.
So we are through 3. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports.
Okay.
We go 3 tight ends here on 1st and 10.
19 Tiger. 19. Go.
He'll drop to throw. And he'll take it on in. Touchdown, New England. And another score puts them in great shape here in the 4th quarter. Greg, looks like they are on their way to 3 games and 3 wins.
And they say the only thing better than being 2-0, Mike, is being 3-0. And barring something unforeseen here down the stretch, they're going to get their 3rd straight victory to start this season. Can't ask for a much better start. This is going to give them a real good opportunity late in the season to find themselves in pretty good position.
Well, Both teams ready to go once more as the kick's away. This taken in at the 8-yard line. He'll work his way across the 25-yard line.
At their own 26-yard line.
Off play action. He'll set up to throw. That's over the middle and intercepted. And his offense is going to be all set up with a short field and a chance to extend their lead.
So all game, we've seen him take the approach as just being a game manager. But one thing you have to do if that's the case is you have to protect the ball. You can't turn the ball over, especially if you're struggling to push the ball downfield. He got a little reckless that time, and the defense made him pay.
Get it.
Now off the bootleg, he'll look to throw here. Short pass taken in by the tight end. He'll get about 4 here as he is taken down.
There's no more efficient play in the NFL, Mike, than the play-action passing game, and you can see here why. You make the defense have to honor both the run and the pass, and he's able to pick up a nice gain to his tight end.
Viking 18. Let go.
Up the middle, it's Henderson. He's fighting to get back to the line of scrimmage, but can't get there. Drop for the loss of a yard.
Sometimes you run all those big bodies out there, you kind of tip your hand. I always love going big jumbo personnel for a play action. In this case, they keep the ball on the ground. The defense knew it was coming, and they suffer a loss.
And a good short tackle right there. It stops him a good distance short of the marker. It sets up 4th down.
I think this is one of those plays that when the ball carrier watches this back in the film room tomorrow, he's going to be a little frustrated with himself. If he could just have made that one guy miss, he picks up the 1st down. Instead, he gets brought down short of the sticks, and now they got a 4th down decision to make.
And he's not going to get away. They got him right down after the catch. Great rally to the ball to force a turnover on down.
Well, that was a disaster. I like the call. I like going for it on 4th down. Give your offense a chance to extend this drive and maintain possession, but after going the wrong way, now they're going to have to watch the other team take over after failing to move the chains.
Room up the sideline at the 45. Down the sideline, inside the 25. And they won't catch him. He'll go all the way. 82 yards for the touchdown. Well, it's not going to be enough, but at least they find the end zone at the end of a hard week's work. At least we'll pay off with a touchdown, Greg.
Mike, you can just chalk this one up in the column of too little, too late. Give credit to this offense for not going down without a fight, but they're not going to have enough time to find themselves back in this booth.
That's going to wind up incomplete. They tried for 2, and it does not pan out. So the late score gets them a bit closer to respectability. They'll try to get even closer with an onside kick. The kickoff unit is out there, and they'll send this one away.
This is tough. You're trying to give your guys a chance and time it just right, but you have to hit it hard enough. This time, it doesn't go 10 yards. Not going to work out.
Ready, check. Let's go now. 77 win.
Now they'll set up to throw. That's to the receiver, Ward. And he's going to be taken down right at the 25-yard line. His 5th catch of the afternoon. Good for a 1st down.
First down, Patriots.
Pass the 60. Pass the 60. Go.
Off the play fake. He'll look to throw. Gets it away quickly, and it's caught. And they'll get about half that they needed. It's a pickup of 5 and sets up 2nd and 5.
At the 20-yard line.
Here's a design run. Now this defense will use the first of their timeouts. Talk things over before third down.
And while that run wasn't anything really to write home about, what it allows them to do, Mike, is keep everything in the playbook at their disposal. Third and short, now it's up to these coaches to dial up their best short yardage play and extend this drive.
They'll try to run for it with Johnson. And the Patriots are going to have a first and goal coming up. They find a way to convert on 3rd and 1.
It's a gain of 6.
And this is just a defeated defense at this point in the game, Mike. It's been like this all day long. They just have not been able to get the stops when they've needed them. Here's another chance on 3rd down, and they just can't make a play.
So not quite first and goal. It's 1st and 10. They're pretty close. A run, and this is Henderson. Nothing there. He is fortunate just to get back to the line. Now it's 2nd and goal.
1-yard gain. Brings up 2nd and 9.
Blitz coming. He'll throw it. This is caught toward the side of the end zone. Touchdown, Patriots. That is 2nd touchdown of the afternoon. We might need a calculator before this one is done. It has been one-sided, and the route rolls on, Greg.
Absolutely, Mike, and they just keep piling on the points. I mean, this offensive play caller, he's saying it's never enough. I'm going to try to score with every possession, and we've seen him do that all game long.
His kick is good. Makes the score Patriots 56, Tigers 20.
The kickoff team is out on the field, and we're back to it as the kick's away. He fields it at the 8. And he'll be brought down past the 25. Decent field position to start this drive.
26-yard line.
Give up the middle, and that'll be a pickup of 3. Here's 2nd and 6.
30-yard line. 4 yards on the pickup.
Back to throw.
2nd and 6.
Quick throw here is complete, and he's out of bounds up beyond the 40-yard line.
That's good. For a Memphis.
Pickup of 11 yards on that one. That's enough for a first down.
41-yard line.
And this completion certainly won't be changing the outcome of the game by any means, but I do think there is something to be said for teams that continue to fight. They continue to try to at least finish this game and have something to build off of going into next week.
Now another timeout called by this offense. They have 1 remaining, and they'll get together prior to the 2nd down play.
45-yard line.
He'll run. He'll try the left side now. And this defense up to the task there. Gain of just 2, and it's 3rd down.
A gain of 2 on the play. Brings up 3rd and 4.
That is incomplete. Here we go. They're down to what could be their final play. It's 4th down.
This is one of those situations that plays directly into the hands of the defense because think, Mike, they know this offense has to be one-dimensional. This has to be a pass. So what do? They bring in extra defensive backs. They clog up the back end. And at the end of the day, there's just nowhere for the offense to go with the ball. You find yourself down big. It's the 4th quarter. There's really no choice but to go for this at this point. But once again, this defense, they're up to the task, and they come through yet again with a huge stop.
And they'll take this down inside the 35.
That's good for a Patriots. First down.
They'll look to throw here on 1st down. He'll run again. And he'll wind up getting about 4 before he's shown the sideline.
Nothing open here downfield. I think it's a good job just getting to the edge, getting something positive, getting out of bounds.
complete to Henderson. And that's a first down. It will be a gain of 8. New England going to take their second timeout, and they'll stop it with 27 seconds remaining on the clock.
21-yard line.
Set to go now on 1st and 10.
Tag. 60 Eagles. Ready.
He'll swing this out to Johnson, and he'll be taken down. No timeouts left for the defense. That should do it.
A bit of a quick hitter here. What you're hoping for, Mike, is that the defense can't react quickly enough because the ball's coming out so hot. But they knew it was coming, and they end up holding them to just a short gain.
They'll look to throw. That's going to be incomplete. Coverage very good there. Contact jarring the ball loose, and it's going to force third down.
Come on. Set.
A shotgun snap. He'll look to throw. That one incomplete. Hovering, outstanding there. Able to jar the ball free in a big spot. And now it is fourth down.
Ready. Panther 60. Panther 60.
He'll look to throw. And he's going to be hit and taken down. They got him with a big-time rush that leads to a turnover on down.
So the key to this fourth down stop defensively was their ability to flush the quarterback out of the pocket. Anytime you can do that, you shrink the field, you limit the quarterback's options, and in this case, he can't find anyone, and ultimately, he goes down for a huge fourth down stop.
Ready. Go.
They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. A dive, and that's a hit. Incredible. The Pats will stop it here. They'll use their third and final timeout. They'll be disappointed there after giving up the first down.
Set. You ready to spin? You ready to spin?
Here we go. One final play. Here's a ball thrown deep right sideline. And the Patriots are going to come up with a late turnover. That will only matter to the stat keepers. This ball game is over. So it's a road win here for the Patriots. They continue their winning ways in the month of September. They're off to a 3-0 start. And that'll do it for my partner, Greg Olson. For our entire team, I'm Mike Tirico. This has been a presentation of the NFL on EA Sports. With that, we say so long, everyone.
with the drama, I wore the Chanel and I got your back. I promised that I would've never gotten phone if I knew I would get so attached. I promised that I would've never hit the road if I knew that you weren't coming back. Was it too much to ask for? You know that I had you. You know that I would've did anything, anything that you asked for. You know that I had you. I know that you know I gave everything.
Stressing, quit stressing. You should already know how I'm stepping. Saying you want love for the essence. This time I'll be the one to address it. No ABCs, but I got that for your efforts. New Van Cleef for the necklace. Being that voice in the trenches, so tell me what's your preference. I'ma keep my cool if you stay composed. And when your boy gets home, I don't wanna hear no chat about. If you ain't got proof, then leave it alone. I'm on the road trying to keep us afloat. While you want space and a reason to grow. If things are best left kept on the low, then I think you should leave that after the tone.
Was it too much to ask for? You know that I had you. You know that I would've did anything, anything that you asked for. You know that I had you. I know that you know I gave everything.
See, I would've done everything for you. Now you won't pick up when I call you. It was late night texting to a yawning. Nowadays I'm overthinking till the morning. Switched up and turned without a warning, but I know my heart forever bleeds. Two distant strangers like magicians. Never knew them tricks were up your sleeve.
Hey, I'm sick of this back and forth. It's starting to get contagious. I have to put the bridges out you built. What I felt inside would have been outrageous. Stop acting, think I believe that. That's catfish, poor performance. What's your number, please, or contact. Buzz you up so I can call that a ballin'.
Can't tell me like, what do you want? Yeah, tell me like, what do you need? Fresh tip when you're doing your feet. New LV when you fly overseas. Call plumbing cause I'm at a been swimming cause I'm in a date. Don't call me, you already know. I'm on the road and you for the streets.
Young on and ain't the same. I guess we're on different things. I guess now we're distant strangers. You said there's no fun in pain, but I was not the one to change. 'Cause I was not the one to save you. You were my everything. Now I regret everything. I wanted you here with me, but you didn't want that. I'll do anything. I don't know what's you're in. I wanted you here with me, but it was too much to ask for. You know that I had you. You know that I would've did anything, anything that you asked for. You know that I had you. I know that you know I gave everything.